And we're back. Yes, we're back. Oi, okay. It's Sunday night. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It'll be Monday by the time you see this. And by the time you see this, we will be one day removed from the next, oi, whatever you want to call it. My gosh. Whatever you want to call it, oh boy. So let's not talk about that right now. We'll get into some other stuff. Let's go get out there in the way. Actually, get some people here. Let's let them in. We get them back going out again. Hello, boys. How you doing? Welcome back from your quest. We don't need this stuff. We will get you out of here. You can sell your common items, Mr. Three Dog. Mr. Three Dog. We don't need this stuff. We want that stuff. Good stuff. We want the good stuff. Come on in, Three Dog. Oh, Longfellow. Oh, Longfellow. How are you? I'm back. And we're going to do something with you, I think. We need to put you in a special place. We're going to put you in a special place. Special place we'd like to put in for a lot of people who say things they shouldn't say. Who could I ever be talking about? Wow. So, yeah, I have a strong opinion about something, and I'm sorry, but, you know, it needs to be addressed. So, let's go take care of, let's actually get you, we got a couple of objectives we need to get taken care of. Let's get you back out, Mr. Three Dog. Yes. What? Oh, okay, yeah, we don't care about that one. Three Dog, where are you at? Hello, Three Dog. You, my friend. Okay, so we gotta move some people around here. I'm gonna collect my thoughts and then we'll talk about it. So, old Longfellow, you're being retired to the storage room area. Thank you for your service. We still got Mr. Gregory Simmons out there. He's still exploring. Somebody else I think we sent out. He's gonna be. We gotta get them out so that we can change them up and have our people be what they do. But let's get the next quest started for these guys. So we've got second stringers. Let's get the Gridiron Gang. Let's get that going. Where are you boys at? Jake Bishop and Matthew Bishop and Rainy Campbell. We're not going to heal you. Rainy Campbell, you do not need to be healed. You are that awesome. Get out there and go. So next episode we'll talk about that quest. But meanwhile, let's get out there and get some more stuff. Ooh, we got a Dragon's Maw. Oh yeah. Dragon's Maw. Let's go. Actually, we got Three Dog. You need to get back out there. We need some more stuff. We need to see if you can find some more of those awesome fragments. We can finally craft a theme. I want to craft a theme. My gosh, how hard is it to do this shit, man? All right, get out there. Let's go take care of No Time For Paws. Alright, we gotta go find Bigsby. What trench? What are you doing? Trench. Trench. Trench! Wait, will ya? Wait. Alright. Sorry, I had to get a tissue. I'm like, oh, Christophe, I want to snort in the, Oh boy! There's some big ones, and you guys only got laser pistols and laser rifles and stuff. Good times. So, yeah. But we'll be fine. You guys are awesome. We had an interesting weekend. Very interesting weekend. I don't like to talk about politics on the channel because I try to be as objective as possible and not choose sides. However, regardless of what you may feel, or how old you are, I don't know, or what country you're from, I don't know, I'm sure that, you know, we kind of look silly as Americans to outsiders. Yeah, this has just been strange. It's been ridiculously weird. Oh, I mean, just when you think it couldn't get any weirder, along comes an old recording of which somebody had some very disparaging comments to have made towards a certain type of person, and got in a little bit of trouble, and I can't ignore it. I can't ignore comments. Now, the problem is that I am not solely on one side or the other. I kind of run towards the middle. There are things I believe that we should be doing from a conservative side. There are things I think we should be doing from a liberal side, and kind of meet in the middle. That being said, I don't exactly think that the other choices we have are the best choices this time. My thought is to get these people, these people who have good ideas, get them into our lower levels where they're actually, proposing laws instead of enforcing them. Let them start to shape the conversation that way, and then as they get that, because there's some naivete that's going on there. We've seen, people who don't know where places are, they can't name people, doesn't want to, go into a place that they can't find on a map. That's fine, and I understand there's a little bit of humor to be taken with that, and I would be the same way. But you got to have some. I mean, I'm sorry, but we don't live on an island. Kind of we do, but we don't. We have responsibilities in other areas, and we are a part of a bigger group globally, and we need to be able to, speak to that if the need be, because unfortunately not everybody can stand up for themselves, and sometimes we do it, and we do it horribly, or we do it well. But back to the original comments, I don't want to repeat them because I don't think that they need to be repeated. I think that anybody with a TV or an internet connection can find exactly what was said and how horrible those things were said. And I understand. This was a decade ago, right? A decade. The statute of limitations for idiocy does not run out at 10 years. You live with that. And to sit there and say, well, we got some big stuff going on here. And to sit there and say that, I said some things that weren't really good, but the other person, well, hey, they're not any better, and they're just as bad, and they did it, and that was 20 years ago. Well, the problem with that logic is the fact, that person that did those things, well, they were awful, and they were awful, don't get me wrong. They aren't the one who is up for election. They are not the one who is currently running. Are they married to that person? Yeah. But are they the one that we are ultimately electing? No, because that person doesn't have the power in the office that the person that is running will have. We got a Mr. Handy out of this. Holy shnikes. We still haven't named the other Mr. Handy. And we got a lunchbox. Awesome. So yeah, there's no excuse for saying that, well, this was 10 years ago. I've learned it's not a reflection of who I am. Unfortunately, this is a reflection of who you are, because we keep seeing it again and again that this is how that person acts. And I can't, as a father of a daughter, I can't excuse that kind of behavior. I would not expect it in a celebrity. I would not expect that in a person of prominence in business who makes decisions and those kind of things. And I would definitely not condone or expect it to be on somebody who is going to represent our nation in the highest office. And you want to sit there and say, well, it was just locker room talk. No, that wasn't locker room talk. That wasn't locker room talk. And even if it was, that's still sexual assault. That is still assault. That is still deplorable. And I will use that word, not because it's a topical, word that's being used, but because that is what it is. And you want to go roast me in the comments? You go ahead and roast me in the comments. You go right ahead. I don't care. You want to discuss it? Fine. Just don't be trolls. We will discuss it if you want. Just be known that I'm not going to sit there and say I'm voting one way or the other. I'm just going to say that not going to be him. Because that I can't stand for. I'm a father. I have a daughter. If I heard anybody ever speak to my daughter in such a way, you would not be able to run fast enough from my wrath and my mind. I would destroy that person. And I don't just get even, I go up by 5. I have far too many years of sarcasm and snark behind me. And I'm a bigger dick than anybody else. And I will use that word in that context. I can be a bigger asshole than anybody. You do not want to go against me in that way. And I'm trying to temper my comments with a bit of tact, but we're talking about something that I feel very strongly against, and that is the treatment and degradation and violence towards women. And I have personal. Oh, let's hold off on that. Sorry, bring it down. I'm sorry. Did Brody send you here? I thought we were goners. We just made it inside with those mole rats and rat scorps, turned the floor into Swiss cheese. Good thing Bigsby was here. He heard them and saved my life. And I'm here to find him and bring him home. Please say he's with you. I didn't realize he already had a home. You're one lucky owner. You're one lucky owner. Here he is. Bigsby, come out now. Bigsby! How much you want to bet we get to keep Bigsby? I'm thinking that might be the way. All right. Yeah. Did you suddenly forget or you have short-term memory? What the hell? So yeah, I can't condone that kind of action. I cannot condone it. I cannot. I will make jokes. I will make jokes and make light of it because that's how I sometimes deal with things, is humor. To sort of like, these are serious subjects and we need to have a little bit of levity to them. But what happened was not excusable. And just because somebody else did it 11 years ago or 20 years ago doesn't set the bar there and you come at it, on equal footing does not make it better. Be better. Be better. And in that same regard, gentlemen, for those of you who are still in formative years, who are still not an adult and not a father, hey, we got some themes. Awesome. You need to understand something, that it is never okay to treat people like that. You can joke about all you want, you can make comments, but at the end of the day, just remember that what if that was being said to your daughter or to your mother? That is where you need to put your mind. Think about these things before you say them. And nobody owes you anything in this world from that regard. Don't expect, for whatever reason, whether you be a celebrity, whether you spend amounts of money on furniture, or buy them flowers, or take them places, or buy them a Pepsi or a Coke at a roller rink or whatever. You are not owed anything because you put forth some sort of effort. If you are granted such affections and such time from somebody else, men, women, or either, or both, it is because they choose to do that, not because they feel indebted to you for doing so. That is not how it's supposed to work. We do not do these things in expectation of repayment, reciprocity, or any other types of compensation. You are a human being. You are acting like a representation of your species, of your race, of your class, of your family, and you need to hold that in high regard. And that is all we're going to say about that, because we found Bigsby, and we got to go back to the vault. All right, done with the talk. And we got a collie, we got a lunchbox, and we got a Mr. Handy box. I hope there's a Mr. Handy in there, because if we just got the box, I'm going to be really pissed. All right. Woo! So we got one fragment. Oh, man, they're just really just giving to us one at a time. One at a time. One at a time here, folks. But, no matter. We still have another quest out there to complete. Dog Shelter. What's this one? What is this one? I forget. This is Rescue Fido from the ghouls. This must just be like one of those, ancillary ones that's just out there. Well, who cares? Let's do it. Rescue Fido! It's funny. I have 3 cats. I had 4. I had 3 cats now. Emmy, Willow, and Lucy. They are they're my pets, my family, my furry kids. Bailey's my child, but they are my furry kids just all the same. And is there more than one? Or oh, hi, my ghouls are so lonely. I got them a pet. Really? We're here to... Can it... You mean you got them lunch. We're here to rescue Fido. Ha, over our dead body. Well, aren't you... Never mind. Well, headed... Wait. Oh, okay, we're not fighting this guy. You're just here to greet us at the door. Great. So we're going to be hanging on some more of them. That's fine. That's just fine. So yeah, we have, I have three cats. Oscar we lost a couple of years ago. And Emmy is, of course, you know, if you've watched any of the videos with me and Bailey, we talk about it. Emmy is she's not exactly perfect right now. She is a bit, you know. Oh, we got another theme. All right. But I will never trade them for anything in the world. But I don't necessarily know that if I'm going to get any more cats after this. But I am allergic. I am allergic to cats. It was not my exact choice in the matter of getting animals, you know, these pets. When they came up, you know, we rescued them. You do what you do, you know. I love animals, and I would treat them with respect, just like I would a human being. Actually, probably more so, considering that I know what bad things people can do. Montreal is just a case in point. This euthanization of these this BSL thing. You know, people who have bred dogs to fight have ingrained in those dogs the will to fight. Now, is there something maybe in a dog that might cause them at one point? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. But I can tell you that, you know, if you treat an animal with love and respect and treat them well, they will, they will not exhibit those kinds of behavior. Now, that's a domesticated animal, not, people go out and get chimpanzees and have their faces ripped off, or tigers, or anything like that. Yeah, that's going to happen because those are wild animals. They're not domesticated. Those kind of behaviors were not bred out of them. You know, wolves are the predecessors to dogs, and as dogs became more and more domesticated, those kind of those genetic markers and behaviors were bred out of them. They're still somewhat there, and they can return, but for the most part, you're not going to see them exhibit those kind of behaviors unless they are positioned to do that, like trained, like, you know, how certain people who I don't want to name who went to jail for such things and then were playing for a professional sports team in my city were. But, you know, those dogs have found a new life. Good for them. That being said, what's funny is when they say Fido here, that's what's funny is, oh, we got two of them. I grew up with dogs. Oh, crap. Big one. That's going to be a big one. You need to take him out first. Oh, I screwed that up horribly. Take him out before he decides to resurrect them. Take him out before... Oh, you dumb shit. You didn't get him quick enough. Come on, guys. You got to be better than that. There we go. Yay! We rescued Fido. Yay! But it's funny because, case in point, Fido. I grew up with dogs, and my first dog ever was like a black and white German Shepherd mixed mutt thing. I was not even 5 years old, and it was a dog that was loose in the neighborhood and somehow wandered into our yard, and we sort of took it in, had it tied up, and it even bit me once on the butt. But, you know, we didn't say, oh my God, that's an evil dog. Bit at my child on the butt. We need to kill it. We need to put it down. No, we kept it. We gave it a home. And and then they said, hey, what are we going to name the dog? Well, Michael. Me, that's my name, really, Michael. I was, this little kid. I had a bit of a talking thing. They said, can you say Fido? Say Fido. And I couldn't say Fido. I kept saying Spido. Spider. So we ended up naming the dog Spider. So we had a dog that was named Spider. And I loved that dog. The dog lived for 14 years. And, looking back, I'm not exactly proud of the fact that we kept the dog. And we had another dog, too, Cody. He was a collie German Shepherd mix. And they both that was mother and son, Cody and Spider. And we kept them outside. My dad was born on a farm, so that was not something that they, kept dogs inside the house. They usually kept them outside. And Cody would always go walking around in the yard. He'd let him loose in the yard while he cut grass and on a tractor, and Cody would just follow him along, and he'd get loose and he'd go run down the hill and go find some little, dog to say hi, you do, and then then we got puppies later on we had to deal with. But like I said, I'm not really thrilled with the fact that we left the dogs outside for all the time. Another fragment. Awesome. We're getting some fragments. All right. But, we didn't... we took care of the dogs. I just don't think that I don't think you should keep your dogs outside. I understand, there might be a reason why. But don't leave them out. I mean, bring them in. Bring them in. Your dog deserves a life inside. If you've taken the time to rescue or get an animal to be part of your life, you're not doing them any favors by not letting them into your home. Don't get a dog. If you're not willing to let your pet into your home, don't get a pet. Okay? Soapbox Hero Part 2. There we go. Again, I'm talking about politics, and I'm talking about, pets and animals. And my gosh, I don't know. It's just, it's been a rough one. It's been a rough couple of weeks, man. I can't wait till everything's done. I can't wait till it's all over because, my gosh. If anything else, at least then there's like 2 months, we'll have 2 months to drink heavily until January, one way or the other. This, letting people grow up to be president, saying that anybody could grow up to be president was kind of a stretch. All right, well, that's okay. Let's see. I think we got a pet carrier. Yes, we did. What did we get? What did we get? What did we get? We got another parrot. Haven't seen one of these for a while. Bogart, plus 2% damage. Wow, we need to put you on the top floor. You guys both have pets, do you not? Yeah, you have a cat. What do we have here? You have a cat that gives you 24% damage resistance, and you have 2 times healing speed. Well, considering the fact that you guys are not there long enough to really get injured, I think I want to change you to 2% damage to help that out, and we will give the 2 times healing speed to somebody who's out wandering around in the wasteland. So, yeah. All right, there you go. That is the end of this particular episode. We are going to actually... Oh, my God. I was wondering how long. Actually, let's bring... Where? Excuse me. You guys, I can't waste... Oh, crap. Well, let's use it. I'm not going to use them for anything else. Might as well use them up. It's content, man. I got to use them for content. Alright, got to keep it all in this particular episode. And then we'll just spend another 5. Sure, why not? I'm good for it. Yay! Let's get these theme fragments. Because I want to see what's going to happen when we open all these fragments. So we got a recipe fragment for the Institute Living Quarters. I bet you it goes in the corner. And I bet you if we get another one for this particular living quarters, it's going to go on the 6th position. Just a thought. Just a thought. What's going on down here? I hear some hissing. Alright, alright. BOS, Brotherhood of Steel Diner. Collected it. Alrighty. And we got, okay, Railroad Living Quarters. We already have one of these. I'm going to make a guess it's going to go into the number 6 position. That's just my thought. Yep. It seems to be. That's the way it's been working. I've only ever collected 2 fragments apiece from any one recipe, and they've gone into both the 1st and the 6th position. And I say 1st being 1, 2, 3 across the top, 4, 5, 6, and 6 being with the other one that's exposed. But there you go. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Hey. Hey, and guess what? We're also back up to 999,000 caps. Did you notice that? That's because, basically, I've just been collecting everything I can from these jackasses. And all of the people that have come back in the vault from being out in the wasteland have collected a crap ton of caps. And that's where I've been making all that back. Woohoo! Everybody's dead. Fall down. There you go. Yay! Alrighty. What's the point? Alright. Boom. Whoa, we don't want to sell the cat or the dog. So I guess we get to keep the dog. Wow. That's kind of neat. What's going on here? What are we doing? Alright, and we got another dweller, or railroad diner recipe. I think it's going to go in the number 6 position. What do you think? There you go. See? That's how that works. So I'm guessing it's going to be like maybe number 7 or number, you know, it's just going to randomly go around, but it's going to be the same for every single recipe that you complete. So it's not exactly a random. It's just kind of bye bottle. What else we got? We got a Mr. Handy, and we got a Vault-Tec Lunchbox. Let's open up the lunchbox. We got military circuit board. That's awesome. We got power. We got a handyman jumpsuit, and we're gonna sell that. We got caps, and we got. Are you flipping kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, well. Wonder what this is. That's a Mr. Handy. Holy shnikes, man! I don't have any more room. Seriously, do I have another room? I don't have. Oh. You know the drill. I haven't named the other one yet because I'm still waiting for more than just one person to supply me a name. We're going to put you here. And then we're going to put... we're going to put you... We're going to put you here. No, we already have one there. Where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Oh my god. Seriously? We should never have another instance where we have nobody on a floor getting... Well, okay, not nobody, but still. Alright, well, that's all for now. Alright, we'll set everybody back up. Actually, let's get him going now so we don't have to worry about it. Because we're only going to have one thing going on. Let me heal everybody up. Who needs it? Butch, I forgot to heal you. Keith, I forgot to heal you guys. You had a rough go of it. And Larry Bishop. Yeah, that's right. Alright, anybody else need healed? Justin Morgan. Oh yeah, I gotta finish healing you guys. I didn't do that. Let's set up these next quests for next time. There's a lunchbox run. And a game show gauntlet. We need to get that going. So let's send out, who should we send out to that? We will send out Ryan Page. We will send out Kevin Ross. And we will send out Sean Knight. And we need to change your weapons back to what you had before. Yep. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Go forth, boys. Have fun. And we will set up... what else we got going on? Let's make sure to see what else we got going on. Cove Watch. Auditions for a TV show or Trap. Probably Trap. We'll do that one because it's different. These little ones. Lunchbox Quest, I'll do that on my own. I'll tell you what, if we got, I'll get something off of that. I'll you know, we'll see. Larry, Butch, and Keith, go have fun, boys. So that means like next time I can record all 3 of them at one time. That'll be awesome. Yeah. All right, Game Show Gauntlet and Cove Watch on the way, along with the second stringers one for the next in the football or the pro sports, whatever that is thing. And that's all we got. Have a good one, everybody. Good night.